I want to share my mug with y'all today. Now let's say Black History, because today is the first day of Black History Month. It should be 365 days of the year, okay? Let me take my sip. I had to get my good sip in today. As I said, you know, today is the first day of Black History Month, so part of building the future is reflecting on the past. That is why this month is so very important. Yes. This is when we take time to remember those who came before us, because if it was not for their sacrifices, we wouldn't be here today, as we know, you know? Yes. If there was no Venus and Serena, there would be no Naomi Osaka or Simone Biles. And there are so many others I could name and mention. So we're going to be celebrating all month long and giving a shout out to so many more important figures in Black history. So let's be ready for that. Is that all right, y'all? First of all, happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month to you, legend.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. How do you celebrate?
Oh, I try to celebrate, like, you know, every year, just learning a new piece of Black history. I think so many people get caught up in the same people. It's always Malcolm X, always Martin Luther King. You're lucky if people know about Marcus Garvey. And I try to learn about people who were around since I was a kid, like Jerry Lawson, who created the first video game cartridge. Or there's new history every day. Like just recently at the Golden Globes, they had the first Black host in Gerard Carmichael. That's amazing.
I love that. Current.
Yes.
But it's Black History Month, and we're here celebrating the past and present and the future, because we're not just pushing culture forward, we're on the leading edge of technology too, okay? Like, for example, I mean, how many of us in here use FaceTime? Right? Okay. Now, I know we all done did this. What about Zoom calls? Right? Oh, I heard yeah. We all have done that. Remember text to vote, with the function that they had on American Idol? Remember that? Well, you can thank a Black woman by the name of Dr. Marion Croak for all of these modern day luxuries that we enjoy today. Dr. Croak is a New York City native who was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame for creating technology that allows us to make calls over the internet. Yes, we will feed you good around here, but we're gonna teach y'all some things too. I just wanted to make a point to have great moments about making Black history and past and present, because we're doing so many great things in our culture, and we wanna make a point to celebrate that during Black History Month, okay? So I got another one for you. Here's another Black history nugget. Born in Decatur, Alabama, and raised in my hometown, Chicago, NASA astronaut Mae Jemison was the first Black woman to travel to outer space in 1987. Yes, give that a hand. She received multiple awards and honorary degree and is still continuing her work in space travel. That's one place I ain't never sang, is outer space. I done sang on the ship. I done been everywhere, but I was like, I still gotta get to outer space and sing a song. And if I don't get there, y'all, I'ma holler from here.
First of all, she's been renewed. That's the best thing ever. She's like my other daughter. I really adopted you.
Thank you.
And when things happened in her life, with what she went through, she would always call me, her and Walter, and we would always give each other information.
Thank you.
So you helped me a lot. You did.
You helped us. You're such a blessing.
Thank you.
You are a world treasure to us all.
Thank you.
I am so grateful. I'm gonna try not to get emotional, but honey, I just want y'all to know y'all are in my dream right now, to be here, to have Patti LaBelle sitting here. This is what I dreamt about.
Really?
Woo, this is about to take, hold the line. I'm gonna try not to cry on you, Mama Patti, but that's how much you mean to all of us. As you see, they went up You turned this place out.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo.
It's just a great feeling to be with an EGOT.
Wow.
She's every woman. She when she was doing the Aretha Franklin movie, she called me for pointers because Aretha and I, we performed a lot together. So she wanted some respect information.
Yes.
And so I gave her some respect information. And she calls me, it's like I feel as though I'm her second mama.
You are.
I just do, and thanks for the beautiful flowers,
You are.
honey.
Anytime I can, I want to get you flowers. You deserve it all. Because without you, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here.
So much.
I would not be here. Okay, we want to learn all about this. You started your own tech company. Tell us what your business does.
Yes, so RXVR Brands is a virtual reality company, and I basically build virtual reality worlds in the metaverse for companies like MasterCard. And in these worlds, you can play, you can interact, you can have fun, you can pretty much do anything in virtual reality. Like, you can't jump off a cliff in real life, but you can do it in VR, so.
What is it like knowing that the small businesses will get exposure thanks to the work you're doing with MasterCard?
I love that because it's very important for Black women business owners to just have their voice amplified.
Yeah.
And that's what MasterCard does.
Yes.
MasterCard does a good job at that.
MasterCard really does.
Yes, because we need to be at the top making these decisions so it's not being made for us. And when you have women in tech, let alone Black women in tech at the top, then we do not have to worry about the inequalities. Like, it's fair.
And we have such brilliant minds that deserve help, support, a platform. Because look at you, you're doing great things. You are the first Black woman to win an Emmy for supporting actress in comedy.
You'll see when you, ooh, child, it's a mess. That's why I had somebody escort me out, you know. Got a tip these days. Ooh, I was a mess.
What do you remember from that night?
Nothing.
Nothing?
It was the 80s, baby. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Oh, love, sex, drugs, rock and roll. No drugs for me, but definitely rock and roll and men. Men. It was raining men, baby. It was, and I was very successful, and that's why now I try to keep my ego in check. It's not always. I'm not perfect. But, you know, that's why I have to give you your flowers now, and I get Cheryl her flowers when she won, Cheryl Lee Ralph, because she's in her thing now, and I didn't know that she wanted it that much.
Yes.
You know, you never
Yes, you inspire us so much.
You don't know people's dreams.
That is true.
You know, and that's another thing. When you sang the song and the director said to me, oh, it's just a song, she'll sing it and they'll just clap. I said, no, you must not have seen Dreamgirls. You know, she did win a what? Oscar, you know. So I just like to give people their flowers now. And I didn't always, like a lot of people, you know, publicly, because it sounds, you know who told me that? Maya Angelou. She said it takes courage to be successful. I didn't know what she meant. And you're doing, look at you. It's a lot of pressure.
It is.
And what they said, to whom?
It is.
To whom,
Thank you.
I know you heard this. You're a church girl.
Yes, ma'am.
To whom much is given, much is required or expected.
Expected.
And expected means you got the weight of it on you, but you handle it, girl. You handle
Wow.
it. And got my full support. That's why I'm here.
Thank you so much. We love to give flowers too, and it's because of people like yourself that's paved the way for people like myself to come along. You have truly inspired
Just
all
don't be
of
scared.
us.
Don't be scared. And if you get scared, cling to your loved ones and people, you know, your teachers, your mentors, you know, your children, because they bolster you up. They really do, and they help you sustain, because it can get lonely out here in Hollywood. And,
Yes, ma'am.
you know,
you are right about
success,
that.
it's lonely at the top.
Thank you for
That
letting me
night,
know.
I had a good ball, though. I wasn't lonely that night.
We both are EGOT winners.
EGOT winner.
Oh my God, I got an EGOT winner on the couch. What number are you?
I was number 15.
Number 15.
Yeah.
You're the first Black man to receive an EGOT. What does that mean?
Well, the wild thing about it was I won it at the same time with my collaborators on Jesus Christ Superstar Live.
we saw that.
So, you know, the great Andrew Lloyd Webber, who's written, a jillion successful musicals, and his partner, Tim Rice, who has worked with him on so many of those. They both were producers with me on Jesus Christ Superstar Live, and we all completed our EGOT at the same time because they needed an Emmy as well.
Wow.
And so I got to win it with Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, Sir Tim Rice, all at the same time, and it was really special.
That sounds extra special.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know which one is most meaningful for you? Like out of the EGOT, the Grammy, the Oscar?
Well, the Grammys always mean a lot because, you know, I came into this business as a musician first, and when I grew up, I would watch the Grammys and want to win Grammys.
too.
And I didn't have any dreams of winning an Oscar. I didn't have any dreams
I'll
of
take
winning
it, though.
an Emmy. I'll take them all.
Right.
But winning Grammys was always, you know, my goal as a musician, or one of my goals. But I think the most special one was the one I won with Common. It was really special.
Yes.
Yes. And we won it for writing a song called Glory for a
love
film
that
called
song.
Selma. And, you know, that film was just so meaningful
Yes.
because it, you know, covered the life of Dr. King and the fight for voting rights. And in that moment, it was not too long after Michael Brown and Trayvon, and a lot of people were still literally marching in the streets, protesting for Black lives. And so we were able to be up on that stage and honor the movement in a really beautiful way in front of hundreds of millions of people around the world. So that was very special.
Yes, I remember when y'all won.
Yeah.
That performance was amazing, and to see you two, you guys are such a great representation. So I was so proud just to sit back and watch y'all win that.
It was special.
It was super special. We got to talk about LeBron James. How do you feel about him breaking your record with most points scored?
Well, hey, LeBron has earned it.
Yes.
He's worked hard for 20 years. I mean, more power to him. You know, I didn't really play to deal with records. I wanted to lead my team to the championship. And I was fortunate enough to win, to be on the winning team 6 times.
6 times.
And we played, and I was MVP twice, and you know I'm satisfied with that. You can't have everything for too long. You know, records were made to be broken, and more power to LeBron. I hope he enjoys it and does all that he wants to do during his career and after his career. He's had an incredible career. He does incredible things off the court and on the court. Off the court, he sent a whole school district to college.
You set a great example.
That's an incredible example. And then on the court, you saw he's crushed everybody for a couple, like 20 years now. So he deserves it, and I hope he enjoys it.
You're the first Black woman to play Batwoman. How does that feel?
It was such an honor.
It's powerful.
It really has been an honor. I grew up on comics. I'm actually like a comic fiend. Like I love comics and I love DC. You know, Batman, all of that. And I watched all the movies and every iteration of it. But the funny thing is when I saw the role come out, I said, oh, well, they're not gonna hire a Black woman to play Batwoman. But sure, I'll just audition anyway. It was in the middle of the pandemic, so like, why not, you know? And then I text my manager like, hey, did you ever hear back from that role? And she's like, yeah, actually, they're gonna test you for it. I'm like, what? So I'm practicing every day, trying to make sure every line is perfect. And so I go in and do the test, and then afterwards, I'm like stressing for like 2 days. And I'm like you, I meditate, I got my crystals, I'm praying to God, like just, and really it's not necessarily praying for the booking, just praying for the peace, for no matter, you know, for whatever happens.
Yes.
And so my manager calls me and she just says, may I speak to Ryan Wilder? And I'm like, wait, what? Who, me? And she's like, yeah. I didn't think I was gonna get it. Neither did my mom. When I called her, she was like, you didn't get it, did you? I was like, I actually got it.
You got it. Oh my God. So what type of response are you getting from it being Batwoman?
It's interesting because I've done other shows as well, and usually I can tell what kind of person a person is based off how they know me. So like, if you know me from God Friended Me, I'm like, oh, okay, you wholesome. I get it. If you know me from Batwoman, I'm like, okay, you like comics or action. If you know me from Family Business, you nasty. You're nasty.
Tell everyone what the Art of Confidence Project is.
It is a nonprofit that I started to empower children of color, help them restore their confidence. It's so many children out here in America that they're going through so much emotionally.
Yes.
And from racial discrimination, from hair discrimination to children that have been bullied or children that may have been disfigured. And we just live in a world where everyone has this picture of what our children should look like or what people should look like. And I'm just there to show them the beauty of who they are and what they can be and not have to just deal with what society tells them that they have to be.
I love that so much. You photograph kids with high-profile stories, including Jet Hawkins. Tell us more about his story.
Well, this was a child that was literally in school and was told that because of his hair, they didn't want to keep him in class, that he couldn't be there. And this is a predominantly black school. And so, oh yeah, that's Jet. And here's the thing about that is that we have too many rules that are in place in these schools that they really start cultivating these children to be a certain way. For instance, like Marion, one of the first children that started the project, she had red streaks in her hair, and they said, oh, you can't do school photos. And we know sometimes school photos are, anyway, right? So,
Right.
I was like, all right, don't worry about it. I was like, so I drove out to Michigan, and I said, I'm gonna give you this amazing photo shoot, which is what we did. And the photo just went insane. It went viral. And from that was how my Art of Confidence was actually birthed from the actual program.
Wow.
And thank you. But what I've learned also is that the rules that are put in place in these schools systematically keep our children in a certain place. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at how they tell children, okay, girls, you gotta wear your hair straight.
Right.
Wear a natural color tone. So for a Caucasian child, they can do blonde, all these different colors because that's natural to them. But when a black child does it, they're like, oh no, this isn't natural for you. So the rules don't apply. And so now you have them grow up and they become women in the workplace. And guess what? Most women, when they go to job interviews, what do? They straighten their hair.
Yeah.
They don't wear it curly because they're worried about the perception, but that's taught early on. So if we can get into these children now and show them that they are beautiful with their beautiful, kinky, curly hair, with their dreads, then we're gonna make this world a better place, and that's the goal.
You're doing that.
That is the goal.
But you're like a movie star, you know, singer, you're a brand ambassador, you're a talk show host, you're an icon now. You have to know that. You are. You're an icon.
I do not take that lightly.
It's true.
Coming from you, because you've opened up the doors for so many black creators. Like, is that something that you set out to do?
I really did. Thanks, guys. No, I appreciate it.
That's iconic, right?
Well, you know, Jennifer, I came up at a time when, you know, chances for us to be in positions of what I call controlling the narrative were very thin. You know, we could get jobs on certain shows, but we didn't have opportunities in other shows. And I was inspired by Keenan Ivory Wayans, you know, the way that he did Olympic Color. Robert Townsend went out and did his stuff. Spike was doing his thing, but the doors weren't always open. So I wanted to be one of those people that opened the doors for us. And I thought if I could get my foot in the door, my job was to keep my foot there and say, come on, y'all, come on in, come on in. That's what I did.
You're such a hard worker. Congratulations. How does it feel to be a Grammy winner? Right?
It feels like the right thing happening at the right time. I have huge, lofty aspirations, working on my EGOT, so I can be,
Speaking into existence, girl.
So we got the G, now I just need the EOT.
Yes. Tell us about your amazing album, Public Display of Affection.
So Public Displays of Affection came from me, or through me, at a time right after the pandemic when everybody was just like, we wanted connection. We wanted someone to just talk to. I mean, it was so isolating. I remember that time, and just, I'm so grateful that I had my family, but there were a lot of people who were just alone. Right. And so I think that's why my song Hours and Hours worked so well, because people were like, yes, this is what I want. I want someone to just sit and talk to for hours. So we put out the album, and we put together the album. It came out in September, and everybody had the same responses, that it was needed. Yes. They really resonated with the music. And also, I have my own little public display of affection for you. I have a gift for you, yes. I brought you something. I don't know what your situation is, none of my business. But
okay.
For Valentine's
Girl, what you got me?
You can.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a little.
Girl, I'm listening.
It's a basket of goodies, all Black-owned products that you can self-love and take care of yourself for hours and hours.
Hours, y'all hear that? Hours and hours. Thank you so much for being here. Keep up the amazing work. Congratulations on everything. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.